How to do exiles. Wanted to do a quick Atlas kind of passive tree setup for the first probably 2 or 3 weeks after that point. But we have 3 passive trees because we have 3 available to us at any given time. And so the very beginning of the league, I love doing betrayal and expedition so I can get all my betrayal crafts and I can go ahead and start making currency with ROG and Tujin. And so we pick up every single expedition node that we can get our hands on, prioritizing the chance to get expedition encounters. Currently, you can see here we are at 100%. The first thing I do is I go, shaping of the mountains, skies, shaping the world. I get all of my map stuff together, figured out, and then I start speccing into betrayal and a little bit into expedition just to start getting that chance rolling. We have a little bit of shrine stuff and obviously a fair few Kirak nodes that is going to help us fill out our tree. And primarily this is because I want to get all the crafts and I want to make money on ROG and Tujin. And I think this is just a really good, solid beginner tree. Expedition is not that difficult, especially with Ancient Decay allocated, this will go by the wayside once we get solidified. And we really won't need it moving, into like red maps and whatnot. But it does make the encounters quite a bit easier and faster to do. Kind of in that like interim period where you're moving from mid game to end game. This is one of my favorite routes and my favorite trees to do. I personally love Betrayal. We'll probably get 5 or 6 Katarina kills in there, among the course. I like to rush intelligence gathering as soon as possible because at a certain point, you're less focused on getting these specific crafts and you really want to start getting these Katarina kills in. It's super important. We also have some eater stuff here, some extra portals, Eldritch Gaze. This can be allocated and or unallocated depending on kind of how you're feeling with your gear. This does make things considerably more difficult. But the fact that we have 65 all pure block, that's lucky. I think we'll be able to do this relatively easily. And with the new life mods, the new armor, I think we're going to be a lot tankier than we really think that we're going to be. So that's kind of exciting. So this is our first tree. Expedition, Betrayal, Shrines, and map stuff. And then we have the second option, like once I'm done with Betrayal, right, and I won't really need expeditions in the maps, I can just do logbooks. I am then going to move towards a Beyond and Ritual setup with some Scarab drops mixed in. We still have quite a bit of map stuff allocated, almost all of it, except for these points right here. But by this time, we won't necessarily need these as much because we should be 4 Watchstones all, and everything will be dropping as T16. So we can probably get rid of like this wheel right here and just give us a few extra points to play with. And we're hitting almost every single Beyond. You can go Throng if you want some extra unique stuff. But yeah, no, we want to get every single Beyond because I think it's going to be a much better farm. After watching Surgog's video with the reduced drop rate of quality currency, that's thus going to bolster fusings, chromatics, jewelers that are tainted. And those sell for a pretty good amount of money. We don't want this because we definitely, I'm okay with having unique bosses. You can run Endless Tide if you want. But I kind of like fighting the unique bosses. Same thing in Delirium. I really enjoy it. And as far as Ritual goes, we want to have almost every single thing allocated except for arbitrary tenants. This is terrible. Do not do this. You want consistency, and Ritual just got bolstered as a mechanic quite a bit. We got the King of the Mists fight. We got Specters. We got new bases. So all in all, Ritual is looking much improved. Though, just to say, Ritual is not nearly as consistent, say, as like Tujin farming. And that's, I'm talking not even logbooks, just Tujin farming and map is still very, very, very consistent money. Whereas Ritual is not consistent at all. Sometimes you're going to not get much, and then other times you're going to hit some 200 divine power charge ring, right? It's all RNG. It's a big gamble. It's a lotto, but I personally enjoy it quite a bit. And this is the tree that I'm sharing. I did a lot of testing last league in Ritual and had a great time, but my final thoughts are it is inconsistent. But with the new items, it should be a fair bit more consistent, far more than it was in 3.24. So that is our second tree. It's looking really exciting. Obviously, I personally run singular focus on all my stuff. And then we have some Scarab drops mixed in. Nothing too crazy. We're not specializing any kind of scarab drop. I just want general scarab stuff. And then we've started moving into increased map mod effect. And we're taking these upper map nodes, which make the maps quite a bit more difficult. And then for our third map, I'm going to do something that I almost never do, ever, because I actually kind of hate Delirium. But because I'm not playing a minion build, I think I'm going to enjoy it a lot more. So we're taking the singular entity. They dissipate 25% slower, just to give us a little bit more help at the beginning of the league, right? And for Delirium, we have a 100% chance beyond. We have a 36% chance for merge radius. And then Scarabs, we have 78. And then where is my... Oh, yeah, no, this is a different tree. That's right. So we have a 100% chance at all times. We're hitting... We're not going to take Pathological because I don't really care about a 3% layer of Delirium. We're trying to get Delirium orbs. We want as many Cluster Jewels as we can get. And we are also going to be doing Beyond as well in this one because I think it just kind of worked perfect. This is kind of my passive tree where there's no in-map mechanic that I truly have to do. I just run around, kill stuff, Beyond, kill stuff, Delirium, kill stuff, and then that's it. I don't have to spend any extra time in the map doing like Blight or something, you know, that's going to stop me from progressing in my map as quick as possible, right? And then we also get some Scarabs, so it's Delirium, Beyond, and Scarab with some Searing Exart mixed in. You can always take out a couple of things you may or may not want. Take your Gateway and move over to Eater and get those as well if that's what you prefer. But this is kind of the route that I decided to go for this passive tree. So it's pretty cut and dry. This one's the very beginning of the league start. This one is when we get solidified and we start running Ritual. And then this one is going to be for when we get fairly geared and we're heading towards the end game and we really want to start kind of juicing our maps with other Scarabs. We might end up doing some actual Delirious maps and things of that nature. And so this is what I'm going to be finalizing my build with, and we'll kind of just have to see where it goes. This for me is kind of a test. I've never done a type of tree like this before. But these are my plans. This one I've consistently done for like the last 6 or 7 leagues. It's tried, it's true, it will make you money. It's made me more money than I can count. And for me, I just love it personally. So yeah, that's my 3 trees. So I'm going to leave it there. Expect a video on my League Start build, which is Bleed Gladiator. And expect that, you know, before League Start. This is not going to be a build that I recommend anyone playing. This is my League Start and my plans. I don't want anyone to follow it because it is a huge risk and a huge gamble, and it may fall flat on its face. And then I can just re-level a different tune, say SRS, and we'll be back to the races. So with that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Thanks for the views and the likes. And if you like this content, please consider subscribing and sharing the video to your friends. Y'all be good and God bless.